Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is nothing. Not because you're weak, not because you don't care, but because you finally understand that not everything deserves your energy. And the moment you learn this, your whole life begins to change. You know that feeling, right? Someone says something small, but it stays in your head all day. A message gets ignored, and suddenly your mood drops. You replay conversations again and again, thinking about what you should have said. And the worst part? You react fast, too fast. You get angry, you defend yourself, you explain too much. And later, when everything is quiet, you sit there thinking, why did I even react like that? Yeah, we've all been there. It's exhausting because it feels like everyone else controls how you feel. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be this way. There's a different way to live, a quieter way, a stronger way, a way where you don't react to everything. And because of that, nothing can control you. This is the art of not reacting. And once you understand it, you'll never see life the same again. Most people think reacting is natural. Someone disrespects you, you react. Someone ignores you, you react. Something goes wrong, you react. It feels automatic, but here's what most people don't realize. Every reaction is a choice. It may not feel like a choice, but it is. There's always a small space between what happens and how you respond. And in that space, that's where your power lives. Let me tell you something simple. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. You feel it instantly, that heat, that anger rising. Your hands tighten on the wheel. You might shout, maybe even chase them. But what did that actually change? Nothing. Now imagine this instead. Same situation, same car. But this time, you pause, you take a breath, and you let it go. You don't chase, you don't shout, you don't carry it with you, and suddenly, your whole day stays peaceful. Same event, different reaction, different life. But here's the hard part. Not reacting feels wrong at first. It feels like you're losing, like you're letting people walk over you. But that's not true. Not reacting is not weakness. It's control, and control is power. There was a guy I knew. At work, people would test him. Small jokes, little comments, trying to get a reaction. And in the beginning, he reacted every time. He would defend himself, explain himself, sometimes even argue. And people kept pushing more because they knew he would react. But one day, he changed. He stopped explaining, stopped reacting. Someone would say something and he would just smile or stay silent. And something strange happened. People stopped. Because when there's no reaction, there's no reward. And this is where things change. Most people aren't trying to hurt you. They're trying to get a reaction, attention, control, validation. And when you don't give it, you take your power back. But here's the truth. Not reacting doesn't mean you feel nothing. You still feel anger. You still feel hurt. The difference is, you don't let those feelings control your actions. You feel it, but you don't become it. Think about this. Have you ever sent a message while angry and later wished you could take it back? Of course you have. We all have. That's what reacting does. It gives you a few seconds of release and hours, sometimes days, of regret. Now imagine a different version of you. You get that same message. It annoys you. But instead of replying instantly, you wait. You go for a walk. You put your phone down. You breathe. And after some time, You don't even feel like replying anymore. That's growth. That's control. But here's the part no one tells you. When you stop reacting, your life gets quieter. And at first, that silence feels uncomfortable because you're used to chaos. You're used to drama, used to overthinking, used to emotional ups and downs. But slowly, that silence becomes peace. And that peace becomes your strength. Let me share another moment. A friend cancels plans last minute. Old you? You'd feel disrespected. You'd overthink. Maybe even send a passive-aggressive message. But the new you? You just say, all right, no problem, and you move on. Not because you don't care, but because you care more about your peace. And this is something most people don't realize. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Not every comment needs a reply. Not every situation needs your energy. Some things are better left alone. There's a kind of strength in staying calm when everything around you is trying to pull you in. It's easy to react. Anyone can do that. But staying calm, that takes discipline. That takes awareness. That takes growth. Let's talk about overthinking, because reacting doesn't just happen outside, it happens inside too. You replay things in your head. What did they mean? Why did they say that? Did I do something wrong? And the more you think, the worse it feels. But here's the truth. Not every thought deserves your attention, just like not every person deserves your reaction. One simple habit can change everything. Pause. Before you react, pause. Before you reply, pause. Before you assume, pause. That small pause is where you take your power back. Let me tell you a small story. A man once asked, "How do I stop people from making me angry?" And the answer was simple. They don't make you angry. You allow it. That hit hard because it's true. No one can control your emotions unless you give them permission. And this is where freedom begins. When you stop giving that permission, there will be moments someone disrespects you, someone misunderstands you, someone judges you, and you'll feel that urge to react, to explain yourself, to defend your name. But ask yourself, is it worth your peace? Most of the time, it's not. Strong people don't react to everything. They choose carefully where to speak, where to stay silent, where to walk away. And walking away, that's not losing. That's choosing yourself. Because at the end of the day, your peace is your responsibility, not theirs, not the world's, yours. And when you truly understand this, something shifts inside you. You stop chasing closure, stop needing validation, stop reacting to every little thing, and you start living calm, focused, in control. So next time something happens, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, does this really deserve my energy? And if the answer is no, let it go. Not everything needs your reaction. Not everything needs your attention. And not everything deserves your peace. You're stronger than your emotions. You're bigger than the moment. And the more you practice this, the more unshakable you become. Quiet, calm, in control. Because real power is not in reacting, it's in choosing not to. If this spoke to you and you felt something shift inside, then maybe it's time to build that calm every day. And if you want more like this, you can stay with me on this journey.